but it's slippier than snot. It's not quite the same. So this morning a package came for me, and it's pertaining to an experiment I'm doing. It's basically, I colonize bacteria. You all know I'm into health. Gut health, health of my blood, muscular system. I fast quite a lot as well. I'm into health. And upon looking online, I've actually found something which will add to the bacterial colonies that I'm actually cultivating within my drying cupboard and within my kitchen, within specific ferments. Okay, if you've seen my videos on fermentation, you know what I'm talking about. If you've come along for the first time, then I'm gonna have to explain a little bit more. So your body has a symbiotic relationship with bacteria. Symbiotic meaning that the cells rely on the bacteria for its naturally day-to-day and functions. And the same can be said for the bacteria. The bacteria rely on specific functions of the cell in order for the bacteria to exist within your body, in order for it to live. Without one, there cannot be another. It's a symbiotic relationship there. Most of the illnesses that people have nowadays is because of this imbalance of bacteria. The lack of bacteria doesn't just contribute towards the physical ailments like a low immune system, thus you becoming more susceptible to viruses, thus getting ill and so forth, but also to how the white blood cells function within the body. If the white blood cells are out of whack, then you'll end up developing some kind of autoimmune response, such as rheumatoid arthritis or allergies to specific foods, or in other words, hypersensitivities. It can get pretty bad. Okay, so if you think about it, every cell in your body is responsible for keeping your body alive. If one goes out of whack, you're in trouble. The healthiest people on this earth have colonies of bacteria within their system of around about 70 plus, okay? That's 70 plus different strains of bacteria within their body. That is by no means small, especially when you consider how much bacteria actually grows within the body. You see, just one of those strains out of the 70 plus can actually result in you having billions of bacteria that come from just that one specific strain. Okay, so you need to be very diverse internally. You're in a universe, as people have called it. So it's pretty important for you to have this diverse range in your body. You get these different strains of bacteria by consuming specific fermented foods. Some of you already eat fermented foods like goat cheeses or unpasteurized milk. If you pasteurize anything, it heats it, wipes out the bacteria. You don't want that. There's beer, cheese. I don't need any of those, but I do have my fair share of ferments. So today I'm going to be showing you another well-known fermented food within Japan's culture, natto, otherwise known as fermented soybeans. So I'm going to open these up in front of the camera and you're going to see what these things look like. I'm actually going to do a little bit of a close-up. Now I have 3 boxes, but we're only going to look at one. I have another 2 that I'm going to freeze. I'm only going to use when I make other ferments. Because if I chuck it within other mixtures like kimchi, a bunch of carrots and vegetables, and what's going to happen is the bacteria is going to grow within those ferments as well. So you can make this go a long way. It acts as a kind of seed for the rest of my ferments. Okay, so what we've got here is we've got a couple of, just put that off. Some sauces. I think this is soy sauce. And I think this is mustard. Everyone always complains about this, but they moan about how gross it is. That is so stringy. Kind of reminds me of cobwebs. Is this the packaging that came with it? This is a flyer that came with the natto, and it's got their website there for those of you who want to order online. I've been told that with natto, you have to really mix it up. There we go. And then it gets cobwebby. Kind of snot-like. Apparently, the people of Japan really love their mucus-formed foods. Actually fermented some seaweed the other day after washing it a bunch with distilled water, getting rid of all the salt, and boy, that came out really slimy. Whoa. Look at this, it kind of builds like a cobweb. Most people don't like this smell, but honestly I don't think it smells that bad at all. If anything, I like the smell. It smells like coffee. And you can smell it. Of course, everything has a smell to it. But this just smells like food. It doesn't smell bad. It doesn't smell like, oh, you can smell the rotting and stuff like that. No, that's a complete mindset, I suppose, that people get into. But this just smells like food. It doesn't have a blank smell to it, a bland smell, because it's food, and look at that. It's so slimy. Probably see why people will be put off by this. One more thing before I put this in my mouth and let these bad boys get to work in my gut, breaking down the rest of the food. On that note, actually, the bacteria also helps to break down the food in your stomach, along with any undigested protein in your system. Undigested protein within your body is a free radical. Completely causes the most harm and disease within the body. Inflammation, it mutates cells, even it's a bad thing to be in the body. And undigested protein are often the amino acid structures that are the hardest to break apart because of how the food's been prepared or because of where it's coming from, mainly animal protein. It causes a lot of issues for the human body. This though, this will go into my gut and break down anything that's in there. I'm a really healthy guy, so I don't think there's any of that stuff in my system. I've been vegan for 8 years, coming up to 9 years soon. And I've done a lot of cleansing. One more thing before I stuff this in my mouth. Smell. Depression. 80% of the bacteria in your gut is responsible for your overall mental well-being because they help to produce the serotonin in your system. Matter of fact, a huge portion of the serotonin within your body has been created by these little microscopic bacterial colonies. If you're void of this bacteria in your gut, you'll become void in serotonin and you won't be so happy. You know, so they literally make you happy. They're designed to biologically make you smile. Just get on there. Try to get a fork. Oh. It's slimy. But it's a smooth slime. It's all over my lips. It feels gross, I'm gonna be honest with you. It feels gross, especially if you're not used to a mucus like food. Not as bad as chia seeds. Chia seeds, I don't like eating chia seeds. Cobwebs in my mouth. I don't like eating chia seeds. This is nice though, it just tastes like coffee beans. Soft. And I could easily eat this whole thing on its own. Most people add it to rice. But like I said before, all I need really is probably that much. There's billions of bacteria there. That's what creates that web. It's all of them. And I can add that to another fermented jar I have. And within like 4 days, I will have more than this inside of that jar. They'll just completely grow and invade, and the lovely thing about bacteria is that every hour they multiply, and I don't just mean by the one, I mean by double. Okay. Makes it hard to speak. You're not supposed to speak when you're eating. Like coat your lips, like snot. It does. But it's slippier than snot. It's not quite the same. Nice. Strangely. Tastes nice, but the slippiness is unsettling. I'm not a great enthusiast when it comes to slippery foods. Apparently most Westerners aren't. But I guess that's because of the connotation I'm putting towards it. Snot. I think of slugs, snails, that kind of stuff. But this is definitely slimier and snottier than my mucus, because my mucus is quite clean. And it runs really thin in my body. Mucus in my body just slides down my throat. It doesn't get stuck or anything. That happened after I got really healthy. But this was like it's going to back up my system, if anything. But it's just bacteria, so it's going to make me healthier in the long run. I'm Ryan James Crupper. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this. I actually have some fermented jars I've been fermenting. I've probably already uploaded the video by now. It's the seaweed ferment, and the other two were mushrooms and some other stuff. Speak to you soon. Peace.